Hi all, this is Stevie from Team Bubba podcast. Just wanted to share with you another video. This is the part 2 of Kim's associates, and this might be a long one, so we might need to create a part 2A and a part 2B. So today, as you can see on the screen, we've got a few more characters to add to the last video. So we've got Kim around the top there, Thomas John Melville, we've got Michael Bagley, Douglas Craig Melvin, who is a new addition. After revisiting our old material, we've discovered another player, and what we will do is show you how it's connected to Blackwater and other security services like Homeland Security. Leah Wanter and Anna von Reitz is also linked to Thomas Melville, which we'll show you later on in our video. So today I'm going to focus purely around Thomas Melville, John Melville, who, as you know, if you know Kim, he is a new right-hand man. He is the ambassador for the Trust, which is the new name, which used to be called the Manor World Holding Trust. And he's been active in Life Force, Kim's Life Force, and also on Twitter, posting lots of things on there about Life Force, and also in Kim's videos, especially when Tank was around. So here they are. This is Thomas J Melville. That's Kim. Michael Bagley, Ashley Wanter. These are the 4 main characters we'll be focusing on, but the Douglas Craig Melvin has also popped up. Okay, so start off with who's Thomas J Melville. Well, on his Twitter account, he's been telling everybody he is the ambassador of the Manor World Holding Trust, which doesn't exist anymore, because if you go onto his LinkedIn account, it's now called the Money Trust. Just to show that this is Thomas John Melville. That's his passport. And a lot of the documentation that we have in this video has been shared with us from a source, and we've been guaranteed that this source, the information shared to the source, came from Kim's associates and people that work in departments within banks, you name it. So it's definitely not made up, as we will show. So Thomas J Melville, ambassador at the Money Trust. And here it is again. So we know Thomas has had a background of working in financial markets. He's had businesses. He's the chief executive of Phoenix Global Corp, which we're going to be focused on a lot in this video. Of course, he's been a director and CEO for some other companies, but another one we'll focus on is Board of Governors, the Central Bank of Principality of Snake Hill, which is a fake central bank in Australia. And he set it up with Leah Wanter. So let's look around Thomas and Michael and how they link together, especially back to Kim. So Thomas Melville, he's the owner of Phoenix Global Corporation, which is based in Staten Island, New York. He's been, I'm about to show you his client information sheet. When you apply for credit in the financial markets, you need to provide ID. It's a bit like when you're applying for credit yourself and loans and things like that. So Michael Bagley was part of Phoenix Global Corporation, as I'll show you. But on a separate note, in 2019, he was arrested by FBI for money laundering. He was money laundering money for the drug cartel, and he was sentenced to 4 years in federal prison, which we believe he only managed to be in prison for 2 years. He was let out early. So this information sheet, just go up a little bit. Client information sheet tells you a little bit about the business and date of registration. This is where they're registering Phoenix Global Corporation in 2014. His address, and he's the executive officer, Thomas John Melville. Tells you a little bit. This just confirmed what's on his passport. And these are some of the details of the individuals that also have roles within Phoenix Global Corporation that seem to be spread around the world, like this guy Yogesh, who's based in Singapore. Not found much information on him. Jagdeep Singh Pull, he's in the United Kingdom. Found some information on him. He has he's being caught with a sham. He's basically been put down as a guarantor for someone to have a line of credit with an American company, and they basically want to bankrupt him to get the money back. It's like liquidate him. It looks like he managed to get some funds together to stop the liquidation going ahead. So we found some information on him. Sorry, that was that one. Moving along, we've come across this character, Douglas Craig Melvin. Now, date of birth is quite key in this, because this is how we find out lots of other information. 1958 he was born, and he was down as the Chief Operations Officer and Public Relations. If you look at his address, where he is, it's in Idaho. So we'll find out more information on him. And just below him is his buddy, Michael Bernard Bagley. And he's down as a Chief Risk and Public Relations as part of this corporation. And if you keep an eye on that Jellyfish email, because he is CEO or Chief Executive of Jellyfish Operations. You have to bear with me on this. It's a bit of information to take in. And this is telling you who they're doing their banking coordination with, JP Morgan Chase. And there are some, if you want to pause this video and read this and zoom in, you can. I don't want to bore everyone, but this is basically to say that they are who they are, and they're basically eligible for credit. So they have to also provide proof of themselves, as we'll show now. passports. Okay, so at the time, this was Thomas John Melville's passport that he submitted for the line of credit. And these are the other members. That's Yogesh's passport. And of course, if this wasn't legitimate, how did we get hold of this passport information? Joe D. And here's Douglas Craig Melvin. And we'll quickly go into him. So Douglas C. Melvin, security and investigation consultant and professional. Yeah. So this bit, Department of Homeland Security. He's experiencing US Department of Homeland Security, Federal Security Director, Department of Health, Homeland Security, and Country Director of Iraq. So this guy is part of security services. He's worked with the government, and as you'll see what's going on, he's very much linked to Blackwater, like Michael Bagley is. Another LinkedIn profile he's got is the CEO of DACC Global, which we checked it out. You can see here, education is at the same university as in the one above. So it's the same guy. He's got two different profiles. And he worked in a company called Millennium Gold. And we looked at the teamed information. And it says in here that he has a security professional with 30 years of international and domestic security management, hands-on experience serving director for the White House, Federal Security Director for Homeland Security, Chief and Security of United States Agency of International Development, U.S. State Department, Country Director for Multinational Forces in Iraq, and Project Manager for UNCCT Nigeria Project. So, as you can see from there, he's also had experience in conducting and managing counter-terrorism projects. So this guy is definitely high up there. Oh, and also worked for the United Nations. So why is a guy like this involved with Thomas Melville, Michael Bagley, and some other characters? And also, why at this time? As you'll see in a minute, this guy is not the type of guy you want to do business with. So as we start digging in, we found a few forums. So Idaho TSA director resigns following incident. Basically, he's exposed himself to the public. So that was one particular. I'll put the links to all this in the description of the video. Here's a bit more detail. I have to be careful what I read out in this video. I don't want it to get flagged. So as you can see here, Doug Melvin had resigned his post as Federal Security Director for the TSA, and after being charged with exposing himself at the Idaho Falls Hotel. If you go down the bottom here, this was on News Channel 7. Police report indicate Melvin entered the swimming area, removed his clothes and walked around naked, exposing himself to staff and hotel. Okay, so this next bit you can read yourself. So basically, he did some sexual act in front of the window of the hotel in view of an elevator. Now, this was around about 10 p.m. But, we still know children can be awoke at that time of night. So now I went and clicked on this link here. It doesn't exist anymore. It's been removed to show, this is a security guide. This has been removed for purpose. This is not an error or fake, because it's shown up on other websites as well. We go back. As we go down, you start to see another blog. These are aviation blogs where people leave their comments about certain things that's gone on. Now, this one was really interesting. Someone's put information. They found it in a Pakistan newspaper, which has also been taken down. It's a blog flyer talk. I'll find it. There we go. It says, do not, okay, this is someone's put a comment on something saying, do not do any business with this person. He speaks a great story and tells you what you want to hear. Doug Melvin has taken a lot of good people for more expensive rides and ends up going nowhere. Doug Melvin will play you, lie to you, and leave you with nothing. So I can go on and you can read it yourself, but as you can see, this is someone that knows him, and he is not the type of guy you want to get involved with. That's for sure. Okay, so there's another bit in here. Someone's put a quote. There's been much talk about highly questionable companies like Blackwater being present in Pakistan, but our government should also be concerned about many devious equipment suppliers like the recent group of Americans who are under the name of Reliance Corporation, and it does exist, where in Islamabad, operating out of Marriott Hotel. The team was led by a gentleman by the name of Doug Melvin. After doing some research on the net about Doug Melvin, this reporter discovered that Doug Melvin was a TSA transportation security administrator, director previously in the USA. Douglas Melvin was arrested in Idaho Falls Hotel for walking around naked. Well, we know about that. A few days later, he was asked to resign, and he was facing 6 months in prison, which he didn't do. He got probation and paid $500. So here's the next question. How was Doug Melvin given a visa and permission to fly into Pakistan with highly sensitive equipment like cell phone interceptors, explosive detectors? And this is the link. Clicked on it. It's been removed, as I'll show you. Yeah, the paper exists, and so does the link, but they've got an error. It's been taken down. Again, who's taken these down? So there you go. And it doesn't end there. I've got one more to show you. Sexual harassment case, which you got away with on a technicality. So this is the case text of Nelson versus Melvin. Again, you can do your full checks on this if you want, and I'll put the links in description. Just very quickly, Miss Nelson alleged the following facts in her amended complaint. She was employed with TSA as an aviation security inspector at the Boyce Air Terminal. Idaho, beginning in June 2005. Officials there, including defendant Douglas Melvin, subjected her to wrongful serve and pervasive harassment based on her sex. Among other offences, Mr. Melvin failed to complete documents that were required for Miss Nelson to receive an increase in pay, denied her reasonable access to systems for reporting harassment, denied her credit for special projects she performed, gave more opportunities to her male colleagues, and provided bonuses and opportunities to her male colleagues and not to her. Miss Nelson also claimed that she was retaliated against for opposing discrimination by agency officials. Well, there you go. The improper conduct alleged continued after Miss Nelson transferred to work at John Wayne Airport, Orange County, California in September 2006 until Melvin resigned from TSA in February 2007. Yeah, and we all know why he resigned from there. But the court was dismissed the case, threw it out. So this guy seems to be untouchable. Security service guy seems to do no wrong. Gets away with exposing himself, selling things in Pakistan, gets involved with Phoenix Global Corporation, and at the same time with this chap, Michael Bernard, Bagley, lost for words then. So this is a bit more information about the client sheet and the lawyer that gets involved to sign all this off. And there's the signature of Thomas Melville. Now this next bit here is going to show you about Thomas Bagley, what happened to him. So, businessman sentenced to prison for money laundering scheme. Michael Bagley, 51. Jellyfish Partners, LLC. So, as you can see so far, this is coming from the Eastern District, Virginia Attorney's Office. So, it clearly shows that what happened, and this was written on December the 20th, 2019. So Bagley provided the corporate cartel associates with a capital banking plan. Bagley would launder over $20 million in drug proceeds through another company. So if you see down the middle here, he used his Jellyfish Partners account to, first of all, when they transferred $45,000, and then they did another $100,000. So he didn't realize he was being, there was a sting going on. He was being played. So he actually thought he was actually doing the money, even though he met El Mayo, the leader of the Sinaloa drug cartel, in June. Bagley received like another $100,000 to launder, but at the same time he was being played by the FBI. There's a bit more information about Michael Bagley and his criminal complaint. There's the docket. So July 2019. Let's see, United States of America, and Michael Bernard Bagley. So we're not making this up. A little bit more information about Jellyfish, just to show it's part of intelligence operations. Tells you there that it operates to front lines of Fortune 500 companies, and that was in 2011. Jellyfish Intelligence. And here's more information about it. Unique to the Jellyfish team is that several members have been involved with either Blackwater worldwide through its Total Intelligence Solution division or with military intelligence program known as Operation Able Danger. Now, if you look up Operation Able Danger, this is where they do data mining to pull out names, especially they used it during the 9/11 hijacking, September 2001. But it says in here that Blackwater felt compelled to change its name to XE Services after several lawsuits and controversies in Iraq and Afghanistan, while Able Danger brought the Bush administration under scrutiny when it was earned that the Operation State-of-Art data mining methods had revealed the names of 9/11 hijackers. So yeah, this is you can have a read through this if you want. I can also provide you with the links to this still on the internet. There's Michael Bagley. I say, in a world where global energy, finance, and military operations are increasingly and simultaneously interconnected issues, the ability to provide a bridge of intelligence from the battlefield to the boardroom is virtually important, said Jellyfish President Michael Bagley. And he's also a part of this called OSINT group, which is also intelligence group and also do part of the financial markets. There's a little bit more about this. The Daily Beast about Michael Bagley, saying that he's for one, he's a former Blackwater contractor. Second, his colleague is on the board of Asian Charity. Also for long transport surgeon on his board. Okay, so he even says in here about Bagley may have tried to set up General Flynn in an impossible, stupid plan to support Iranian democracy. So it's and also organised the Nazi part of the program at the Charlottesville false flag debacle. So, and there's a bit more about this fascism side in a bit. So you can look up on the justice.gov to say about this, about him. Michael Bernard Bagley was due to be released next month in Lewisburg detention centre. But it was updated and they allowed him out last year. So he got out here last year. Why, I don't know. Maybe he done a deal. Who knows? But Jellyfish Intel tells you a little bit more about what they do. And it's all looking suspicious, and the fact that it's definitely into Blackwater. And this guy is definitely an agent. There's a little bit more information here about the background of Wall Street firms, hedge funds, recruit CIA, ex-military intelligence. I'll put the link in the description. You can have a read of that. It's quite a good read, and it tells you about all these CIA and intelligence officers, and they're all linked back to Michael Bagley. There's a little bit here I've highlighted. Financial firms are particularly eager to recruit former Afghan and Iraq war vets with intelligence operations experience, since they can bring new technology and techniques to research and analysis, according to Michael Bagley, founder and president of the Washington, D.C. based financial intelligence firm, the OSINT Group. So he's got more than one company here. It's a good read. I do recommend you have a good read of this when I put the link in there for you. It's quite a long one. a bit more information about the OSINT group. The background of this is where we come into a bit of Michael Bagley getting mixed up with other intelligence and operations, which is the Proud Boys, New Right, and plus the GOP. As it says in here, the New Right convener, Jonathan Bolter, was wheeling and dealing in the years before the US 2000 elections. He was hot on Syria, meeting head of top US intel firm Jellyfish Michael Bagley in London. Bagley had secret, in brackets, or so he thought, to have. Too bad he showed them the undercover operative whom he thought was on his side, US State Department waiver to arm rebels and do phony refugee camps in Syria. So this is what he does. He gets involved in setting up fake refugee camps to make it look like a lot of people have died, or that the situation's worse than what it is. The background of Michael and his refugee solution. Okay, so this is quite a clever little thing. And again, I've got the link. So Michael Bagley is a founder and president of Jellyfish, an innovative economic diplomacy team created to provide unique operations support corporate government and military stakeholders around the world. So I'll skip a bit, but there's a bit in here you need to. Bagley and his team at Jellyfish are currently launching a unique economic diplomacy effort called Microcities. All right, remember that one. And it's basically which is being developed to address the global migrant issue in Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. So, Microcities, we'll come up to that in a minute. This is where it links with Kim. So, there's a little bit more about who is Michael Bagley. We know he's been arrested, but he's been linked with the OCG called Manor World Holding Trust. Kenyon Gibson, former US intelligence agent, recalls his conversation with Michael Bagley relating to fascist groups. I'm going to play this video to you, and you have a listen to what this guy's got to say.
I don't think the Russians are being bamboozled. The problem for them is that they don't want World War III like any rational person wouldn't. They could take a much harder line than they have, but they're trying to find a way to deal with the situation, to diffuse the crazy war-mongering attitudes that they're coming across when they're dealing with Western interlocutors. But the way they're doing it is the very sensible way, which is not to confront them directly, just to leave them in a position where they can't really do what they want because they just can't.
Anyway, we're going to hear now from former US naval intelligence asset Kenyon Gibson now. He was also infiltrating drug gangs, I believe, in New York as well. And one of the things that he did almost in his spare time when he was living over here in the UK was to infiltrate fascist groups in London. But he did the same sort of thing when he was over in the United States recently, speaking to a guy called Michael Bagley. So anyway, let's hear it from Kenyon Gibson now. He's trying to look at these fascist groups and how they're completely connected with war and making money from war.
Michael Bagley. Bagley is head of a company called Jellyfish, and he used to work for Operations Intelligence. He was recruited by Jellyfish. He was sent to Syria, and I met him at Penn Station. I spoke to him undercover, acting as if I was a member of an international group of Nazis and terrorist supporters. He knew somebody in London named Jonathan Bolter, who is a serious Satanist and sadist and into all these groups. Bolter sent me an email saying that Syria was to become a mini Halliburton, and Bagley had the keys to Syria. Bagley represents one of the three branches of U.S. intelligence, and that's private intelligence, the other two being military intelligence and government intelligence, which is CIA, DIA, NSA, Homeland Security, etc. So private intel companies being used to do what they want, with the American government able to deny what's going on, but also these private intel agencies, as Bagley told me, he basically laughed at the notion that he was doing this for Americans. He's never been a serviceman. He told me flat out he was doing it for the money. And Trump comes to power in January of this year, and he doesn't know what's going on. The private intel companies just hope to create their mini Halliburton, make a lot of money like they've done elsewhere around the world and in Vietnam, as I just mentioned. So Trump sees a mess, and one day something bad happens, and his daughter comes to him and says, "Daddy, kids are being killed," and Trump puts a stop to it in a very humanitarian way. I have to give him credit. He called and said, "Look, we're going to bomb you, so why don't you get out of the way, but we want to get rid of these chemical weapons." So no civilians were killed. There was no loss of American soldiers either. He did as the commander-in-chief ought to have done. He got some criticism. He got support. But he was not acting out of a desire to hurt Russia, hurt Syria, or hurt anyone. And that's very important. Unfortunately, though, with secret actors like Michael Bagley and Jellyfish, a.k.a. Blackwater, as it used to be called, but it changes its name, maybe because it's ashamed of its past activities, in there, nobody really knows what's going on. So Russia and America are brought to friction over the actions of people like Michael Bagley, just as America and Vietnam were brought to war because people like whoever the forces were that killed John F. Kennedy wanted the war for their own profit.
Well, that's interesting. I'm afraid I don't agree that Trump acted well there. Trump shouldn't have carried out the cruise missile attacks. He killed 5 children,
but look,
as far as we know.
More to the point, I mean, we're looking here at whether Syria is really nothing to do with whether chemical weapons are or aren't being used. It's all about Blackwater mercenaries and Halliburton.
Well, yes, I mean, that's pretty obvious, isn't it, to anybody who looks into this? The military-industrial complex has got its own interests.
So as you can see from the video, quite shocking. This is an interview where, this guy's been, confirms that he's actually been on the front line with Michael Bagley and what they're doing in the background to, to create issues. And it's all about money, end of the day. So look at this. If we open up this this document, this tells you again. This is from this politics show. That's the interviewers which come from, telling you about the setup of everything with Michael Bagley, what's going on in the world at the time. Covers a lot of stuff in here. Michael Bagley, let's click on this link here. It opens up a very well known magazine called Mother Jones, and I'll stick this also in there. This is from you probably recognise it was from the video, and it all goes through telling you how he met Michael Bagley, and this goes through in detail exactly what was said and what's been going on in the background and how much money's involved in it all. It's just amazing how someone like him is mixed up with Thomas Melville and of course with Douglas Craig Melvin. You'd think people would do some hardcore due diligence, especially when you're looking at client money. But it just shows that most people that are brokers, financial, anyone in the finance and banking, they're the higher the risk, the more buzz they get from this kind of thing, and they make more money. The higher the risk, the more money they make. And a lot of them get away with this kind of thing. A lot of them do. It's amazing how they do it. And some of these people that are in these positions are real scumbags. They will sell their own family out, as we've seen. You know, I know firsthand how these people are. I've seen it with my own eyes. Not all of them, but a lot of them are greedy, and it's all about the money and power. And they'll do whatever they can to rip people off. Right. So this next thing here, this is going to be just to show that we've got nothing to hide. Absolutely nothing. So this is what we'll show you now is going to link to the microcities thing that was showing up above with jellyfish. So we received an email, not just us, but a few others, that one of our sources as well, two of our sources and another one. We received an email from Kim and confirming a connection with Bagley, basically. And so in this email, as you can see there, it was Saturday, February the 15th, she sent it. And it's really strange because we was only talking about Michael Bagley in our Team Bubba Facebook page, which is open and you can see it. And we're talking about Bagley, and within days we get this email. Now, you'll probably be shocked at what she's calling us. I won't read this out because it'll get flagged, but you can read it for yourself. And once the whole series is finished, we'll put the whole email up on our website so you can read it all for yourself. But as you can see from there, Kim is calling us, and not just, you're talking about the whole Team Bubba. There's a lot of people in here, men, women, like that are victims of hers and Thomas Williams's, and people that also curious and want to know more about Kim. So, she's calling us this. It's one of the worst things you could call a person, anything to do with children. It's one of the worst things you can call them. Now, we've got nothing to hide. And we've called many times, called her out, telling her, look, you calling us this, it's disgraceful. And believe me, these people call you this if they want to shut you down. Charlie Ward did the same to people that were checking him out. He called them the same, exactly the same. If you don't believe me, I can show you the video where he calls people out that are investigating him like we are and asking for proof. So this is what Kim is calling us, and we told her, okay, then show everybody the proof. Now we challenge you, Kim and Thomas Williams and whoever else thinks this about us, or think if you're such a high position, you've got your Kim's system, quantum system, so you'll have the intel. Show it. Do a video like what we've just done. Put it in. Show the evidence to everybody that this is what we are. In fact, we demand it. You do it. Because then, we won't hold our breaths. We know that you won't do it because you ain't got jack on us. You don't even know who we are. And when you sent this to us, we knew 100% that you were fake. Because if you had the intelligence that you say you have, this majestic level, you would know we are not this. Absolutely not. You're a disgrace for you to go around and say it's because you're a coward. Because if you really, really thought that you was in such a high position, you would come out and show everybody and tell everybody what we are, show the proof. And this is the only way you think you can stop people from looking at our material is by calling us this. That's a coward's way out. Big time. Anyway, moving on. This bottom bit of this bit at the bottom where she actually says, "For your information, Bagley and I spoke 2 times years ago about microcities." Yeah, microcities, which were authorised by Vice President Pence, and we've got a picture with Bagley and Pence together, so that also confirms that. His current situation is completely unrelated to me, nor was I aware of it. Well, I think you were, considering that Bagley's been in contact with Thomas Melville on at least twice. So what we're going to show you now is this. There's a website called Juniper Financial Group, and that website has been taken down conveniently not long after that email was sent to us, and not long after we posted the video about Bagley's connection to Thomas Melville and Kim. On that website, it says WST Safe Havens. See the literally watermark JFG Group. World Standing Together. Now, the World Stand Together is still on that website, but bits that's been removed is this bit, and we'll prove that it's been removed. World Standing Together program is a joint collateral by Jellyfish, Mr. Michael Bagley, and Phoenix Global Corp, Mr. Thomas J. Melville, are the joint administrators of the initiative. Microcities, yeah, see it? Refugees. Okay, so as you can see, just to summarize this a little bit: Jellyfish, Michael Bagley, Phoenix Global Corp, Michael J. Melville. Right. Now let's see. Hopefully, these screenshots here, we got I think it was nearly 2 years ago when we discovered all this information. So let's have a look. So this is the old website. Let's see what we got to say. Oh, here we go. File not found. 404 error. Okay. I think most people would know that particular web page, Reclaiming America, no longer exists. What a shame. However, one thing that we do have up our sleeve is the Wayback Machine. Now, why would someone remove a web page? I don't know, maybe they just want to do a website upgrade, maybe. So all the same information should be on there, maybe hidden under some other pages, because that's what people do. Put new indexing on, new mapping on the website. So let's go back and have a look on the new website. It basically means we're going to use the same website, but to take away the Reclaim America. That page is basically not there. So maybe they moved it onto another page, yeah? Okay, so we know WST, it should be under here. I've got a feeling it's not going to be there. The reason why I know that is because I looked at this earlier. We've got the World Standing Together. But where's Michael Bagley and Thomas J. Melville's bit? It's not here. I know that because I've gone through this website with a fine-tooth comb. Here you go, look. Jupiter Financial Group. There's nothing on here, basically, that used to be on here prior to Team Bubba posting videos about this website and criminality of Michael J. Bagley. Just to double check, just check in here, and this is a United States Constitution entity. Oh, okay. So this says established since 1995, so there should be something in here about it. I know. I ain't going to waste your time. It's not on there. And because I've checked. So just to prove that we're not making this up and we just use Photoshop for those images, let's go to the Wayback Machine. I'm sure most of you know about this. Great little tool. The Internet Archiving that a lot of people use nowadays. Free. You can donate to get more privileges. So here we go. The one that we've got a 404 on. And here we go. We've got an archive. And the last archive of 2020 was around the 2021. So I don't know. Let's take the last one. Let's have a look. It takes a little bit of time to load up. Okay. It's loading up quick. Let's wait for it to stop buffering. Okay, so here we go. Here you go, WST. Safe havens. So let's have a little look at this then. Of course, some of the images don't. I think it uploads the most of the data, as in the text. So let's go to the bottom. Oh, here we go. Here we go. World standing together. There's a joint collateral by Jellyfish, Mr. Michael Bagley and Phoenix Group Corp and Thomas J Melville. Here we go. Now I know these links don't work because I've clicked on it, so I ain't going to waste your time. Micro City overview and migrant refugee. So we know it's about migrants, and what they're doing is they're creating, I know this, they're creating bogus refugee camps to let people think that, oh, please give us your money. You know, we're going to try and create loads and loads of refugee camps. We'll come back to that bit in a minute. Just one little thing more I want to show you. On the same website, Reclaiming America. And this is where we're going to find a connection to someone else. Someone that we highlighted quite a lot in part 1 of exposing Kim's associates. So let's have a little look down here. Oh, look, Judge Anna. Judge Anna. Who can Judge Anna be? Yeah. Well, let's have a look under the same area. History 101. I don't think it's under this one, to be honest. It shows that we're not very professional, are we? We were very professional. Oh, here we go. Suggested reading. Anna von Reitz. Yeah. Here we go. Not much on that page. And I believe it's under state assemblies. Who uses state assemblies nowadays? Isn't Life Force Kim, is it, by any chance? I think it's been used quite a lot to brainwash people. Oh, here we go. National State Assembly. Judge Anna von Reitz. Paul Stromer blog. And you can look this up yourself. Honestly, you really don't need to take my word for this. I really do recommend that people, get out this lazy attitude of not looking things up yourself. You might be really busy and work. I totally get that. But if you really want to take Kim seriously, or you want to find out the truth, you need to do this sort of stuff. So here we go. Let's go back quickly to Safe Havens. Now, if you watch the top here, it'll click back to the last archive on the Wayback Machine. It says on there clearly 20th of February. 20th of February. So that was 20th of February. When was Kim's email? 15th of February. Now, in Team Bubba, I don't remember if I mentioned this already, we discussed a lot of Michael Bagley's connection with Thomas Melville and Kim in our Facebook group. And the shows from this email randomly sent to Team Bubba to accuse us of a lot of rubbish, she put at the bottom there, why did she come out and say regarding, for information on Michael Bagley, why would she have to try and defend herself? And also mention microcities and also mention President Pence. We've already showed there's a connection there, yeah? But what's even better, Wayback Machine, yeah? Let's go back down here. 20th of February, it says the last archive. Oh, look when we posted our YouTube video about Michael Bagley. And it had Thomas Melville in it. On the 17th of February. Why would you take down your website? Why would you take down your website if you're doing a good thing for humanity, refugees? Why would you do that? Don't you think that's a little bit suspicious? It does to me. Always have a look how long it'd been offline for. Again, all I'm doing is just taking the main website, which is that, but we're removing the Reclaim America. Alright, so let's copy that. Let's put it in the Wayback Machine. See what we find here. Actually, I think I've done that wrong. What we probably need to do is go to their website. I said to their homepage. Go to the WST, which should have Safe Haven on there, which we know it hasn't. Now we'll go back to the Wayback Machine. Apologies for that. All I'm doing is just going to that page. Oh. So, it's telling us here 2021. Oh, maybe we should go back. No, sorry. 2020. Okay, so 2020, August the 10th. So from February the 20th or 21st, they took down that page. Just that page. Not the website, the page. And the next time it was backed up was on the 10th of August 2020. So let's have a look at that page. I mean, really, it should have Mr. Bagley on there, shouldn't it? And it should have, this is a Wayback Machine, and it should have Thomas Melville on there. I'm afraid not. Check it out yourself. It has nothing on there about them. Absolutely not. So as you can see, there's something very dodgy going on here. Let's just summarise it. The best way to summarise this actually is to go, let's just look at a flow chart of who we're actually talking about in this video. Apologies for this. So we're not very professional. Some funded people will probably have state-of-the-art information and tools. We just have words. Okay, so here we go. I can't even get this right. So let's just summarise, yeah? You got Kim at the top. Kim, who claims to be this amazing person that has been chosen. That's got some kind of, I don't know, call it whatever you want. I don't know the terminology. DNA of Eve. Has access to unbelievable technology. And there's something else I need to show you in a minute, actually, before we end this one. It's to do with the quantum financial system. But Kim, of course, she's been going on and on about how great her tools are, her team are, and all these people around her that Team Bubba can't find any dirt on anybody. Yeah. But gets involved with the most unbelievable people that, to be honest, I'm not the best of IT, but the average person can find this out themselves. With a little bit of help, maybe, from sources and stuff, but you check stuff out. Even if you forget Thomas Melville, he hasn't got a criminal record. We've checked him out. He hasn't been arrested from what we can see. But these two guys, Douglas Craig Melvin and Michael Bagley, are definitely involved with this. The fact that she says that she had nothing to do with that microcities is a lie. Because we all know Thomas Melville was being some kind of ambassador or chairman of Manor World Holding Trust for Kim. 2018. Well, we can see from the Wayback Machine that the Safe Haven thing was 2019, back in the 2019, 2020. So she must have known that her right-hand man, Thomas Melville, who's got a major playing role, as we will show you in our next video with Manor World Holding Trust. Why would she not know that Michael Bagley is who he is? That is Blackwater, a paid agent, military, provides intelligence for the government, and as we know, we call it the cabal. In Douglas Craig Melvin as well. How can she not know? And on top of that, why isn't this guy, Thomas John Melville, why isn't he doing any due diligence? Why isn't Kim know that all this is linked to Anna von Reitz? If she's got the Kim system, that's the key integrated whatever system, I've lost track of it. If she's got this top computer software that is the daddy of all intelligence systems around the world, how does she not know this? You wouldn't want these people, especially this guy, who exposes himself to people, God knows what else he's into, sexual harassment on women, selling technology to Pakistan from the US, Michael Bagley arrested for laundering money, intelligence, Blackwater. It all comes back to this. Kim knows very well. Has she allowed this because she has a connection there? Or is she a handler part of it? Or is she a fool? Whatever. It doesn't look good, does it? Do your own homework, please. We beg you. No, we don't do this because we've got a grudge against Kim. We've got a grudge of what she does and what she claims to be. We couldn't care less, We're loving people, spiritual people. We've got families, we've got friends, and we've gone through this with Kim. And people in the old media, there's nobody checking her out, doing what we're doing. There are some. There's one there's that, Chris Rice. He's doing his best to try and get to the bottom of things. And he's a lovely guy, he's a loving, holy person that wants to, he doesn't want negative stuff around him. We don't. But, we've had to do what we've got to do to get to push these people to the limit. We've had to mock them. We've had to, make fun of them. We've had to do all kinds of stuff to get to the bottom of it and push them to the limit. Kim has dropped a lot of things since she become who she is because people asking questions and groups like us doing it. Now, there might be loads of groups out there doing what we're doing. If they are, I hope so. Please get in contact. But we don't hear it. If there is, we've seen a couple, they've got their own agenda and they're selling the same BS as Kim. We're not interested in that. When we see people suffering as a consequence of people like Kim and Thomas Williams, we take it personal. we feel we've got a responsibility. And we're talking about marriage wreckers, children, they've lost their children, they've lost their homes, everything. The partners of the people that follow these guys. You know, we can't turn our backs on this when people send us this information and say, and they show appreciation to say, I'm so great. God knows what would happen. Maybe some people have taken their own lives because of this. It's, you know, it's a psychological thing with all the things that's going on with the world. Our governments are telling us, and you're facing this as well from your partner. We're talking about complete scammers from, you know, the currency reset of buying Zims and dongs. And I've bought all that stuff. I fell for it. So some of the other guys in Team Bubba. And ladies. But, you know, we saw through it. How come people are not seeing through Kim? Or at least sitting on the fence and asking questions. Just ask her. Why are you saying that you've got Universal Council, you're a diplomat from? Prove it. Please, just prove it. But that's all we want. Shut us down by telling us this is what we've got. Prove yourself. Do a video like this and show exactly the proof. A video with Trump with your arm around him. Sitting down with all different aliens or whatever, or videos with them. You know? Do a live show with one of them. Why wouldn't they want to do that? To help humanity. Come on. You got your own platform now. You say all kinds of crap on there and get away with it. Why can't you put an alien on there and sit down and have a little chit chat and say, here we go. You know, this is Zacron from Plydea. You know, Plydea in the area. You know, whatever. You know, come on. Grow up, people. Just do a little bit of research. You know, you owe it to your children and everybody else. Honestly, couldn't care less if we are proven wrong. We would hold our hands up and say, yeah, okay, we got it wrong. But we're not. The reason why is because Kim has accused us of things that's absolutely disgusting, as we've shown in this video. There's absolutely no way that is true. And that proved to us straight away, that is 100% proof. We know if she had access to Majestic security clearance like she claims she's got, she'd know that, who we are. But she can't even claim who we are. And she'd need to say who all of us are. If you're not in the alt media and you're interviewing Kim, you got to ask the questions. If not, I'm sorry. You're just as bad as her. You're pushing the lie and you're getting her subscriptions to her IPTV, which again is illegal. What she's selling to you is all these channels that you would normally have to pay for through a subscription legally from the provider, CNN or whatever, home channel or whatever, Sky channel, whatever it is. She's going through, you know, she's breaking the law. It's no difference than you copying someone's video and selling it. She's not a legitimate person. If she was, she would be helping people on mass scale. She can't even prove, put $1 in everyone's bank account and say, with love from Kim. $1. That's all. 50 cents. Do it. You can't, because you're full of BS. One more thing I wanted to share with you, which I think I nearly forgot. And it's on this, well, I might as well go to the live website, to be honest. Which one was it? I think it's down the bottom here. Nope. Sorry about this. This shows how unorganised we are. I believe there's a it's this one. Nope. I probably got it completely wrong. Don't think I have. Right, here we go. This is the one. Here we go. Look, this is on, again, this website that's trying to promote things like veteran programs. They're scamming people, using people that have gone through war, love, been away from their family, probably been damaged mentally and physically, and they're selling this crap. Quantum financial system. No one has ever been able to prove that this thing even exists, right? Kim says she's got her own quantum system. Yeah? Prove it. Now, these clowns who's running this seem to think that QFS will provide a worldwide asset-backed digital currency platform for all nations. Yeah? All right, well, let's go to the next one. I don't know what else is going to come up because I got sucked into this currency reset rubbish. Here, global currency reset. GCR will use a specific quantitative formula to establish the amount of currency available in a country that is asset-backed in QFS. If you want, look, a lot of people that know about global currency reset, the GCR, Tank was involved in that, and so was Dan Lutz, was linked to Kim. We'll show that in the next videos. Please, honestly, I'm not going to go on. This has gone on long enough. There's this video. I'm sure that you've all got better things to do than go through all this, but please do your own research. All the links that I've showed in this video will be in the description field. If I've missed one out, please let me know. There are documents which will eventually go on our website. Documents don't have links, yeah, but why would we get passports and sensitive information of people if we just didn't have information or things sent to us through sources? Well, we have. Please take care. Please like, comment and subscribe. Tell us your stories. Please tell me if you've got proof that Kim, who she is, that share it with us. Honestly, we really would like to see it. And if you have been affected by Kim, talk to us. We're here to help. Honestly, we really are. We've been through it with you. We'll put our email address in there and we'll always reply back to our emails. And if you've got any other information that's linked to Kim that you would like us to look into, send us the links, information, and we look into it. We'll do our best, honestly. We're not the best, but we do our best. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much. Good night.